Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For a radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also, tuning in through iHeartRadio and Amazon Music, we're glad you all could be with us as well. This is part of our News You Can Use segment here at WYAD, and today we're talking about something that affects tens of millions of women. We know that a lot of strides have been made, of course, when it comes to women being able to not only overcome body image ideals, but also breaking gender roles as well. There are a lot of stereotypes that women have been able to shatter as well, but along that time, there also is something that women don't always like to talk about, and it's something, as I mentioned, that impacts tens of millions of women today, and that is bladder leakage or incontinence. Here to talk to us more about that, we're excited to welcome empowerment coach and certified doula, Gimbert, to our broadcast. She's not only going to talk to you guys about how common bladder leakage is, but also where you guys can go for more information as well as support. Laura, really appreciate the time today. Thanks for stopping by.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
This is an important topic, Laura, of course, I think because, as we said, it impacts so many women, and it's something that is not always talked about. So let's start there with how common it is. How common is bladder leakage, and why is it such a taboo topic to talk about?
Yeah, so you'll be surprised how common it is because since we don't speak about it, no one knows, right? So 2/3 of United States women experience some sort of bladder leakage. It's also known, as you mentioned, as urinary incontinence. It can be anything from moderate to severe. So there's different ways of experiencing it, and it's taboo because it's embarrassing. It's a topic that no one wants to talk about, and people think that they're alone in this because no one talks about it. So then it's more embarrassing to do so, right? But we do need to talk about it because it's very common, and there's so many things that we can do to help.
Yeah, and I think, Laura, that is a great point there. And again, that help can only come when it is brought to the light. So talk to us about the importance then of being able to empower women to talk about it. Because again, as I mentioned, so many strides have been made. Why is it important that we do empower women to say, you know what, this is something that you're not alone in, that you should be talking about?
Yeah, first of all, it can cause a lot of stress and anxiety, and it can impact your life, not just physically, but also emotionally, right? Because if we bottle things up, then we can be more stressed and anxious about it. So talking about it, being open about it definitely helps. And then we would also find out that so many people in our inner circle, friends and family, experience incontinence as well. And when we talk to others, not only do we feel good, but also we find solutions to the problem, right? So if you feel embarrassed to talk about it to your friends and family, I would suggest at least talking to a trained expert so that they can give you a new perspective and treatments. So maybe a physician, a pelvic floor therapist, a mental health professional, or even a support group online. If you're shy, there's so many platforms online that can help as well.
Yeah, I think that is such a great point. And so for women out there, Laura, who are experiencing bladder leakage or incontinence, what message do you have for them to be able to encourage them?
Well, there actually are solutions. There are natural things that you can do to minimize and improve or even avoid the issue with a preventative approach. So the first thing I would say is do pelvic floor therapy, pelvic floor exercises. It's not just Kegels. It's much more than that. So definitely start with that. Even if you don't have the issue yet, it can come with age later on. So doing that, strengthening the pelvic floor muscles to support the bladder and have less leakage or minimize or avoid the issue completely is definitely something that can empower you to, take charge. And then also know that there's tons of products out there that you can use on the day-to-day basis so that you feel more confident and comfortable doing your day-to-day life, because it can also disrupt your life.
Right. Such a great point. And again, this is so important for us to discuss, as Laura was bringing out, because it does impact so many women. And it's great to be able to know not only are they not alone, but there also, of course, are resources out there. Again, everyone, Laura Gimbert is our guest for this segment. She's an empowerment coach, certified doula, helping you guys understand, of course, the importance of addressing what we're discussing here, which is bladder leakage or incontinence, and then, of course, knowing why it's so important to speak up. Laura, where can our audience go for more information?
So I love fitrightfreshstart.com. It has tons of different resources as well as plenty of products with different needs. So you can find anything from moderate to severe. And it's also powered with Arm & Hammer baking soda for odor control. But also they have tons of resources that are helpful and educational. So I love that.
All right, fitrightfreshstart.com. We're going to make sure that we link that up for our audience as well. Laura, thank you for the great work that you're doing. I really appreciate the time today and looking forward to speaking with you again on the broadcast.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live, again, part of our Music and News segment here at WYAD. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let us go make today amazing. Take care.